Back in the beard bunker for episode 4 of Apodcalypse Now.
Wow.
Feeling the wear and tear of this shit. I'm on day 10. I can't imagine what this must be like for people who aren't as prepared as I was. Luckily prepared. Not always. Had this happened to me like 6 years ago, what the fuck? I have no idea what I'd be doing with myself right now.
Yeah, I feel sorry for my single friends right now that live by themselves. That'd be weird.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, that would be weird.
But most of them seem to be okay for now.
What do you mean? Oh,
I don't know. A few of them, they just seem like they're doing all right. Like they're having a hard time wrapping their brains around things, but, you know.
yeah, it's getting
They're
fucking...
still contacting people. We can still talk. And
It's getting fucking weirder every day. So this weekend in the gorge too, like, you know, so you heard they're closing the beaches because
Finally.
people are flooding the beaches. So
Yeah.
were you driving around the gorge at all this weekend?
no.
Fucking, it was nuts in the
I'm
gorge.
staying put.
I went and played Bonneville, and it was too busy for me.
In fact, I haven't left the beard bunker in 10 days.
That's not true. Seriously though, there were so many people in Bonneville that I left. And it's funny because I play there all the time for 7 years during the busiest summer days of the year. And this was noticeably high volumes of people, even in the nicest weather on the nicest days at North Bonneville. So
Portland seems to be funneling everyone into our trail systems down
Right.
here in the gorge. So
as a
maybe don't use the trails for a little while.
as a result, Justin just posted today that he's pulling the pins at Bonneville today. The city asked him essentially to close the course because it's a tourist draw.
Right. Yeah.
So he said April 12th I think he said at the soonest, and maybe longer or something like that. Either way.
That's a sad thing, but it might be necessary. So
Well, right, it is necessary. But I think the point I was trying to make by bringing that up is like, this is going to keep happening if people aren't going to take this seriously and be responsible. Your beaches, your trails, your golf courses are all going to close, all because people want to be selfish assholes.
yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, for me, yeah, I did. I went there to play and made a choice not to. Like that's me. Like I'm trying to be part of the solution.
Yeah, we need more of that right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I left the house today to play disc golf, and check this out. So I read some shit. Like, do you think you could get that shit from chains?
I don't know.
So think about what would have to happen too. Like somebody's
Transfer.
saliva from their mouth to their hand to their disc to the chains to another disc to you.
Right.
Does that seem a little bit maybe
Unlikely.
yeah
Yeah.
a little overkill? Either way, I just don't hole out. Seriously, that's how I've been playing golf. Like I get as close as I can. I mean, when you think
Like
about it,
6 feet away from the basket is now an ace.
well, I will do putts that I think I can't make, and I'm not shitting you. I Purell my shit after I grab my disc. That's how freaking paranoid I am. And like I said, I'm just trying to do my part. Like if that's what health officials are asking me to do, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know, whatever.
Anybody else experiencing the grocery triage?
I haven't been to a grocery store in over 10 days.
Yeah, it's rough. It's an ugly thing.
Like what? Like how? What's it like?
The atmosphere is very strange in there. Everyone's avoiding each other, which is great, you know. The produce aisle I was noticing isn't going anywhere anytime soon. It doesn't seem like anybody wants to buy anything that's just sitting out in the open. So
So there's produce.
yeah,
That's what you're saying.
yeah. The
Okay.
packaged stuff, it seems to be selling better than anything that's just loose, which, you know, I guess I sort of understand.
I've heard there's still no toilet paper.
It's the first time I've ever bleached a banana before. Seriously,
I know,
we did that.
Liz, she went out this morning and she was wiping down boxes of cereal and shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, us too.
Yeah.
We had to go out, but we're very careful about it and keeping our distance, and bleaching all of our groceries is the weirdest thing I've ever done, but you know, not the worst thing I have to do right now.
yeah, it's getting fucking weird out there, man. This is fucking weird. All right,
It's
come
really
on.
weird.
I'm not gonna like try to pretend it's not weird just for the sake of entertainment because we're doing a podcast. It's fucking weird, man. This is fucking weird. So let's see. What are some of the weird headlines? Here's one. The airline industry. They want a bailout. What's really interesting about that to me is these assholes have been charging $30 to check fucking bags. They've been ripping off the American people for 20 fucking years. They're out of business for a week and they're like, I need a bailout.
Yeah.
But you paycheck to paycheck people, you should have an emergency savings. Fuck you is what I say to the fucking airline industry. Seriously. And I don't really fly. And I figure even if they're back on their feet, they're still going to keep fucking over the American people. It's not going to change if I let them know how I feel about their business.
Big business, man. That's
It's
just
fucking
how it
bullshit.
works.
Well, here's where's all that money going? Because that's the American system. If you're not familiar with it, that money slides through all the workers and pilots and goes straight to one motherfucker or a couple of shareholders. They have all those profits. Now the airlines don't have any money to fucking keep their business afloat because that's how American systems are built. That's how the fucking healthcare industry is built too. You spend $2,500 for a 2-block ambulance ride. I did. That's how much it costs. 2 blocks. Probably like $5 of that actually goes to the workers and shit. The rest goes to CEOs.
Yeah.
Then here we are too. Hospitals are running out of shit. How would you run out of shit? You know how much money you make off of us? But that's what it is. They're not making it. CEOs and shareholders are. That's the American
hospitals,
system.
they don't really make money off of people. They make money off of Medicaid and Medicare and insurance.
Sure. I wasn't really. My point was that the money goes through the hospital and goes to someone else. The actual staff, doctors, and even like the manufacturers of drugs, then the shareholders and CEOs, they get like 99% of that fucking money.
Totally.
And that's why we are where we are. That's why we have a failing healthcare system. Anyway, sorry, God, that's dark, but goddamn, it's the truth, isn't it? And then. Well, shit, man. So I heard something really awesome today from Ben Dodge, buddy of mine, disc golfer, who said, and it was his own words, he said, if you give money to people who need it, they'll spend it. And if you give money to people who don't need it, they'll save it. Fuck this fucking trickle down bullshit. We don't want to bail out corporations again.
It's already time for trickle up.
We already did that. That money from this stimulus package is working class people's money. Billionaires don't pay fucking taxes like that. We do collectively. It's our money.
I'm bothered by the fact that they want to give money to corporations. Just give it to them. And then you have a lot of small businesses with lots of employees, and they're the people that kind of keep towns like we live in running. And guess what? They want to loan us money. I don't want your loan. Yeah. I don't want to come out of this in debt. I'd rather just ride it out with no money and then start from scratch. That sounds better than being in a giant hole after this is all over. But thanks, no thanks.
You got to remember who these people Mitch McConnell's working for. He works for his paycheck, and his paycheck comes from his fucking donors. So that really is his choice he has to make.
Oh, that guy only cares about money. He said it. He said it in 2 people before. Like, it's a fact. He's a money man. But
he has to make a decision. He personally has to make a decision. Should I help the American people, or should I help the people who write me paychecks? That's as simple as it gets when it comes to politics in Washington. Everybody's bought and sold there, man. Where are you going?
I'm hot.
So hot. Well, God, we just got into like a fucking aggro rant. Usually we're funny. And you know what's funny? Is we have the laugh poster up for our aggro political podcast.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, don't believe any of the memes and bullshit about Democrats, Republicans, socialists. None of those words, they're arbitrary as fuck. They don't mean anything. Especially the word socialist. If you pay taxes, guess what? I mean, if participation is what defines what is a socialist, that means every single taxpayer is a socialist. The point is, it doesn't mean anything. It's a meaningless word. It's just meant to divide and make you think you're disagreeing with people. But the fundamental truth we should all agree on is that politicians get paid from huge companies. And they make decisions based on those checks because they have to, or they won't get them. That's not a conspiracy. That's just common sense and common knowledge. So
yeah, and they're so divisive and divided. It's like the it's like the Bloods and Crips. You know what I mean? Like the Republicans and the Democrats are so at each other's throats. It doesn't make any sense to me. Well, it's time to like forget a lot of that horse shit.
Right.
And try to find some middle ground on things and quit worrying about corporations making sure that they get 99% of everything.
And then the division too, like probably be created by bots. Just that I read a fucking something someone posted today. It said, the Democrats stopped the bill. And that's the kind of divisive fucking language we just don't need right now. I think what we should all do is read the fucking bill. All of you would disagreed with that. It was like, I had said like Trump himself could bail out his own companies. Think about that shit for a second. That money could go to someone who needs it. Instead, it's going to go to that dude.
Did you see him?
That's in the bill. Like, read the bill. That's not divisive language. That's not fucking political divide language. We all should agree. That's bullshit, right?
Did you see him yell at the reporter that asked if he had any words of wisdom for our country in a time of need?
Yeah, that was
that was a pretty
Peter
awful
Alexander.
moment for him. I hope he has to watch that over and over again because that's telling everyone.
Yeah. These guys are fucking scumbags, and I'm not saying there's not scumbags on the other side too. These guys though are definitely outstanding scumbags. You know what, dude? James,
just take note, everyone. Remember, we're not trying to talk shit, but we are.
Well, hear me out here, man. Remember when reputation meant something? You go to rent a house, buy a house, get a loan. They're gonna check references, right? Am I right?
Sure.
Everything you do in this world,
still do.
Every single move you make when you want to get something, people are going to check your references.
Correct.
That's your history. That's your reputation. Reputation all of a sudden doesn't mean anything with this dude.
Or ethics.
Ethics, see, that's a thing. Ethics and policy, two different things. Like, what if it was a scumbag who had great policy? I might vote for him because it's a policy. I don't vote for the character, right?
I suppose.
I'm just saying, this dude, his reputation stinks. He's got failed marriages, 6 bankruptcies, dude. Dozens of failed businesses. Like, his record is shit. If you listen to, there's an interview done years and years ago with the producer of The Apprentice. Have you heard this interview?
Yes,
God, it's
I have.
So good.
The one about how he had to remodel the floor under where Trump had his stuff because it was so dilapidated that they couldn't use it as a set.
That's factual shit.
So they had to pay for a new set.
No. He said that was the one clever, funny thing about Trump. He said, the producer said, he's like, and then before we knew it, we were renting out a floor in Trump Tower to shoot the. Like, he talked him into it and gave him a deal that was ridiculous because he was broke.
Right.
Broke.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't have his tax returns, man. And his biggest moneymaker has been that show. That's where he was able to get money to get back on his feet. But if you don't have his financial records, and he's like going to the Supreme Court to make sure you don't, come on, man. That's a fucking red flag. Reputation, remember? Come on. If I did that, dude, I couldn't get away with that. There's no fucking way.
So, how about we move away from that guy?
Okay,
because it,
that whole stimulus bill thing is just pissing me off. It just made me frustrated. This is so crazy what's going on.
And what happens? I mean, I maybe said this before, but when you give everybody money all at the same time and there's nothing to spend it on, thanks. I don't know. It's just like rent. That's the only thing left to buy out there. So
what do you mean? I don't understand.
Know. Just like, even if they're stimulating the economy in a time when people can't really spend their money on anything other than essentials, and that's not going to trickle up, really. Like, just paying your mortgage doesn't trickle up much, does it?
I don't know. I don't understand your question, really. I think I kind of lost you on there. I mean, I do that from time to time. My brain's fried.
Okay.
You're saying we get money, but there's nothing left to buy.
Right.
But how would that be? I mean, anyway, I don't understand.
It's pretty straightforward. I don't know. I could explain the same thing again, but I'm, whatever.
Okay.
How about conspiracy theories? You like those?
I love them.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about those then. You got any good ones? because I got an interesting
I don't even
one.
know where to start.
I do. I'll start.
Okay.
A buddy of mine told me some interesting things. It was a really surprisingly unique take. I'm sure somebody's thought this, but he said, wouldn't it be interesting if we found out later that this was all directly related to global warming? And I'm like, what? And he said, yeah, think about it. We're melting permafrost.
I figured you're going to the glacier melt thing.
Yeah. And he's like, there's viruses, pathogens, and stuff that's been flash frozen for thousands or hundreds of thousands of years that's just waking up. Mm-hmm. Like, interesting. Never thought about that.
But I don't think that's a conspiracy. Oh, the conspiracy would be that this pathogen came from melting glaciers.
Yeah.
Even though the first cases were discovered nowhere near a glacier.
And the bat thing.
Yeah.
Also, the same buddy pointed out to me, he had a really good point. He's like, I don't think it's from bats. Ozzy's been eating bats for years, and he's fine.
So it wasn't really a bat, right?
No.
It was a pigeon. But yeah, it's funny. And Ozzy still like owns it. Like has like bat jokes basically.
Sure.
And he has there was like a video of him biting the head off of a fake bat recently in the last 10 years or something like that. But yeah, he still plays into the joke because that was the rumor, I think, that was originally
that he bit the head off of a bat on stage.
No, so it was a pigeon, and there's a photograph. There's a photograph, dude, with him with blood dripping down. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a weird dude, man. I mean,
but he's still alive is the point, and so whatever.
He's a great musician, an amazing singer, and he's got Parkinson's now too.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, bro.
That sucks.
Fuck yeah, it sucks. Fuck. What are you doing? You got jokes?
Yeah, maybe. I was just looking to see if I wrote anything else interesting down for today. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fucking great.
Oh, yeah. I thought this was kind of funny. It's not really a joke, but it sort of is. There's a lot of shitty labels for people like Boomer or Generation X or Generation Y. But it sucks we're all going to be known now as just coronials in the future.
I've heard the coronials joke.
Oh, you have?
Oh, there's a bunch of them going around, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Can't be original all the time.
Well, I think there's like a lot of different versions of that joke going around right now, but the coronials one is pretty good. I like that.
Oh, and another, just kind of an unrelated note, but one of the reasons like the numbers are so weird, and we don't really have good numbers in America to figure out who has it and who doesn't and all that, is because our tests are shoddy. I read something about that where Germany was the first country to come out with a test, and theirs are pretty spot on and working well, and I think they're sharing with everybody. But we decided to take it upon ourselves to try to make our own tests, and they didn't really work. They're pretty problematic, and I think that they're getting that sorted out now, but you're not really going to see accurate numbers until they have accurate tests. So in the next couple of weeks, I think that'll kind of show itself.
So there's one confirmed case in Hood River County now, as of yesterday, right? And by Hood River County, it's very not
And
very
that was
specific.
from the health department?
Yes.
Yeah.
So doesn't Hood River go all the way to Cascade Locks?
Yeah.
Hood River County. So that's all they're saying is county. So yeah, that's kind of makes it real, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. It's here.
Got any more jokes?
Yeah. I wrote a joke.
All right.
All right. Bear with me. It's still in concept form, but I think it's funny, so we're gonna roll with this one. It kind of bothers me that my wife never gets jealous, which would be great, except I find her confidence in my fidelity strangely insulting. Even my martial arts teacher thinks I'm ugly. One day, I got smashed in the face with a stick, giving me a bloody nose and 2 swollen black eyes, matching ones. And he just laughed and said, don't worry about it, man. You weren't getting prettier anyway. Which is true. So it's a joke, but it's not. It's more of just a story.
That's a good one.
Thanks. Yeah, so apparently I'm the only one checking me out anyway, so whatever.
I got a joke. I'm high on life and PCP, but mostly life.
Nice.
My mom says that I'm a good motivational speaker because I motivate people to leave the room when I start speaking.
Truth is funny. Jam on.
I was thinking I could do a...
Did you learn this song? That
The one that I was going to do last time?
the one that I want to do.
Oh, fuck. No, I looked it up, though, and I started to,
Okay.
but then I got drunk.
Well, we've got stuff,
Yeah.
to work on then.
You know, I don't think I want to play a song and sing it today. I think I'm just going to noodle. I wish I had some more.
Noodle,
I wish
huh?
I had some more jokes.
I know,
of my
I do
own.
too.
Look at steal jokes.
That's a good idea.
I mean, I steal like music and other material all the time.
I'll just tell Carlos Mencia jokes next week, the whole time.
Man, I was wondering too. I'm like, how is this guy funny? Because he was stealing jokes.
Yeah. From funny people.
You know, so I'm. This is so weird and surreal to me. I'm like, I keep trying to imagine what the next week will be like.
Right.
And when we get there, like each time, it's pretty much like what I was expecting. So it like freaks me out because you know what I mean. My imagination goes Mad Max really quick.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what would it cost?
I'm not going to lie. I've been carrying my Chinese stars. No, really, I have. They're in my pocket.
You know how to use those things?
I do.
Those are super hard to use, man. You have to throw them just right.
Oh, you got to stick them so that they can't take them out and throw them back at you.
Oh, yeah. And then there's that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, I remember when I was a kid, dude, they would sell Chinese stars like at the gas station and shit. You know what I mean? Like you go into 7-Eleven and there'd
do.
be like a thing.
They used to sell them by the 3, and now they don't. They only come in packs of 2.
They used to sell like all kinds of how do you say it? Like Asian style weapons that were like
Nunchucks.
like knockoff cheap shit like in
Butterfly
like convenience
knives.
stores and gas stations. Do you remember the folding ninja grappling hook story?
Yes.
So a buddy of mine, he's like, he bought some binoculars from Andy and Bax, and he was like super stoked on them. He's like, oh, binos, man. Oh, check it out. I can see shit all over the place. Whoa, check that. Oh, man. And then it broke. So he took it back to Andy and Bax, and he came back with this box. He's like, I traded it for this. And they were like $100 binoculars. And the box said, folding ninja grappling hook. So I was living like on Stark Street in this apartment complex, and we were like on the 3rd floor. So my buddy, Jason Thompson,
Sure.
he's like, we should see if this thing works. So he like, you know, he gets it nice and tight on the top rail of the apartment complex. Like there's a deck. And Jason, like, if he climbs up, he goes 2 climbs, and the thing it just broke.
Did you know that Jason is my...
Uncle or some shit, right? And
No, I'm
sisters-
his step uncle-in-law.
Step
Ex-step uncle-in-law.
small town. Oh, so when I asked Lager what his plan was, do you remember what he told me? What he was gonna do with his folding ninja grappling hook? And this is what he said, quote, I'm gonna sneak into reggae shows. I'm not shitting you, man. That's a fucking true story.
Yeah, as every ninja with dreadlocks tries to do.
Remember one
You
time?
don't want to smell a ninja coming. That's not really a ninja.
One time,
Like, oh, it's patchouli. Whoa.
yeah, totally. Yeah, James and me, we lived together in like 1999 in Parkdale. And I remember Micah showing up at our house and just grabbed Lager and just put his head through our fucking wall in the kitchen. You remember that? They
were hugging and it turned into a fight.
Yeah.
And then they crashed into the wall, Kool-Aid Man style.
Yeah, dude. And we just got the place and it was like the nicest place we'd ever rented. And we were like mortified. Like, oh my fucking God. And then Micah's like, I can fix that. And he did. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Usually people break shit
couldn't
and it
even
just
tell.
stays broken forever. Like,
Lucky, if you're going to be a bull in a china shop, you better know how to do drywall.
right. And that was what he was doing at the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a funny house. We had some funny ass parties at that house. Yeah. Big parties.
Snowboarding off the roof. My tarantula escaped during a party and crawled
tell
into
him
my
that
friend's
story.
backpack. And then he took it home to Stevenson, and he left town for a couple of days. And when he came back, his parents were having like basically like they had like some voodoo witch doctor in their house, like shaman trying to get the demons out. And he's like, "What happened?" And his dad said, "We found a giant tarantula on the bed and your mom freaked out."
Shit, dude,
And she
so
was
crazy.
like bipolar already, and she thought that there was like demons after her because of the tarantula. I'm like,
We didn't know that they made
they
webs.
squashed it. They squashed it with a goddamn broom. It was my buddy. It was
Tarantula.
Rosie.
Rosie, dude, super docile, cute little thing. And
Yeah.
we didn't know that they made webs.
She weighed almost as much as a quarter pounder. It was weird.
It was in an terrarium in her living room, and there were webs in the terrarium.
Yeah.
So
She pushed the top off.
and crawled into our homie's duffel bag and traveled to Stevenson. Like, whoa, that shit actually happens.
Yeah.
It
So
sounds like
keep an eye on your spiders right now, people.
take care of your fucking spiders, man, and your scorpions.
Yeah. Oh.
He used to have a
another story.
scorpion also. That was that. Remember when Gertie dropped it on his head when he was drunk?
Yeah, it stung him. If you're not having enough nightmares, my suggestion is to look up scorpions eating. That'll help you have more
yeah,
nightmares.
it's so bad. It's so bad.
If you were wondering where Geiger got his alien designs from, look inside a scorpion's mouth. That's fun. Geiger's the guy that drew the aliens from the Alien movies, by the way, in case you didn't know that.
Oh, that's why this is all fucked up.
All
I've been
fucked
wondering,
up.
man. Jesus.
It's 'cause Nick loves his G-string.
This G-string's really dirty.
It's super dry. I can smell it.
Oh, I bought it used. Oh, man. Here, I got a song I'm going to try to play. Probably won't hear it very well, but... Oh, wait, we already did Bananas and Blow. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to play Bananas and Blow. I was going to say, you can't start playing Buenas Tardes,
I got it.
Amigo, because it's like 8 minutes long. So if you start, that's a commitment.
We talked about another song to sing today, and I think we should sing it.
Just sing it?
The Reverend, dude.
But I don't know how to play it.
Oh, shit.
Well, how, let me think. I could learn it on the spot, I bet. Seriously. Let's see. What song was it? It's
Working
Bales.
on my farm about 1982. Just say when.
I don't know how to play it, so I just want to make sure I know it. So I just learned it.
All right, cool.
All right.
He downloaded it into his brain skull.
How does it start? What's the first lyric?
Was working on my farm about 1982. Pulling up some corn and a little carrot too. Low flying airplane 100 feet high. Drop a bunch of bells, something hit me in the eye.
Well,
So I cut a bale open,
Man, was I surprised. Bunch of large white baggies with big white rocks inside. Well, I cut a little sample for my crazy cousin Joe.
sniffed it up and kicked his heels, said,
Horton, that's some blow. Bales of cocaine falling like it's pouring rain.
but I think I'm just the same. Bales of cocaine falling like a foreign rain. My life's changed completely by a low-flying plane.
It's a little rougher than I thought. We'll keep going though.
Loaded up them bales in my pick-em-up truck. Headed west for Dallas, where I would try my luck. I didn't have a notion if I could sell them there. 30 minutes later, I was a millionaire.
Bales of
Cocaine falling from low-flying planes. I don't know who dropped them, but I think I'm just the same. Cocaine falling like pouring
I'm missing
rain.
some there.
Life's changed completely by a low-flying plane.
Now hold on, before we go to the next part, let me see what I'm missing. There it is. Got it. Now we'll get it this time. All right. 1, 2, 1. Wait. 1, 2. Well, now that I'm a rich man, but I'm still a farmer too. I sold my farm in Texas, bought a farm down in Peru. And when I get so homesick, I
Think I'll go insane. Travel back to Houston in a low-flying plane. Bales of cocaine falling from flying planes. I don't know who dropped them, but I think I'm just the same. Bales of cocaine falling like a foreign rain. My life's changed completely by a low-flying plane.
That was hard.
Yeah,
I
it
guess
was rough.
We don't know the chorus technically. Is it bales of cocaine falling like it's pouring rain?
It's bales of cocaine falling from low-flying planes. I don't know who dropped them, but I think I'm just the same. And then the second time around, it's falling like a foreign rain.
That's it. I'm keeping that because I think it's cool that we attempted that and had no plan, no rehearsal.